You're the only one that was with her on this day at this forum that you did not disclose to us.
I didn't do anything.
Executing a search warrant.
The courtroom is dead silent. Zach MacArthur grips the wooden rail of the witness stand, his knuckles bone white. His voice cracks as he speaks into the microphone. My wife would never hurt anyone. Ashley couldn't. She's not capable of that. The prosecutor stands slowly, adjusting his tie. He walks toward the evidence table, and picks up a remote control. The projector hums to life. A screen descends from the ceiling with a mechanical whir that cuts through the tension like a blade. Zach's eyes shift to the screen. His breathing quickens. Mr. MacArthur, the prosecutor says, his voice steady and cold. We're going to show you something now, and after you watch it, you'll understand why we're here. The gallery leans forward. A juror in the second row holds her breath. Zach's lawyer touches his arm, but he pulls away. He wants to see. He needs to see, because he's convinced this whole thing is a mistake. Ashley is his wife. She's smart. She's kind. She wouldn't kill anyone, especially not Taylor Wright. The screen flickers. Static fills the room for half a second before the image sharpens. It's an interrogation room. Gray walls, a metal table. Two detectives sit across from Ashley. She's smiling. Hi viewers, kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. Zach stares at the screen. His chest tightens. Ashley's smile is calm, almost bored. One of the detectives leans forward, hands clasped together on the table. Ashley, this is your last chance to tell the truth. She shrugs. Her lips curl into something that almost looks playful. I already told you. Taylor left. She wanted space. I don't know where she went. The detective pulls out a folder. He slides a single sheet of paper across the table. Ashley glances at it. Her smile falters for just a moment. A crack in the surface. Zach sees it. His throat goes dry. That's a phone tower log, the detective says. Taylor's phone never left your family's farm, not once. So if she left like you said, where's her phone? Ashley's eyes flicker. She shifts in her chair. The smile is gone now, replaced by something harder, something colder. She doesn't answer. The courtroom is frozen. Zach's hands shake. He wants to look away, but he can't. The prosecutor pauses the video. Ashley's face is locked on the screen, expressionless now, eyes narrowed. The prosecutor turns to Zach. Do you still believe she's innocent? Zach opens his mouth, but no words come out. His world is collapsing in real time. The prosecutor presses play again. The detective on screen leans back in his chair, arms crossed. We found something else, Ashley. Receipts, concrete, potting soil, cinder blocks, all purchased 2 days before Taylor disappeared. Want to explain that? Ashley's jaw tightens. She looks at the camera now, directly into it, like she knows Zach will see this someday. Her voice drops to a whisper. You don't know what you're talking about. The screen goes black. Taylor Wright pushes open the door of her apartment, keys jangling in her hand. She's exhausted. The divorce paperwork sits in a manila folder on her kitchen counter. Her daughter's custody hearing is scheduled for next week. Every muscle in her body feels like it's been wrung dry. Cassandra looks up from the couch, concern written across her face. You okay? Taylor drops her bag on the floor and collapses beside her. I'm fine. Just tired. But she's not fine. Cassandra can see it. Taylor's always been the strong one. Former cop, private investigator now. The kind of person who doesn't flinch under pressure. But lately, something's different. Her eyes are distant, her shoulders are tight. She's carrying weight she won't talk about. "Who'd you meet with today?" Cassandra asks, brushing a strand of hair from Taylor's face. Taylor hesitates. "Ashley." Cassandra's stomach twists. She doesn't trust Ashley MacArthur. Never has. There's something too smooth about her. Too rehearsed. "Why do you keep going back to her?" "She's holding something for me," Taylor says quietly. "Money. From the house sale. $34,000. I needed someone I could trust while everything with the divorce gets sorted." Cassandra sits up straight. "You gave her $34,000? Taylor nods, rubbing her temples. She's a friend. She worked crime scenes. She knows how messy things can get. I thought she'd keep it safe." Cassandra doesn't say what she's thinking. That Ashley's smile is too wide. That her stories never quite line up. That something about her feels wrong. Instead, she reaches for Taylor's hand. "Just be careful." Taylor pulls away gently, standing up. She walks to the window and stares out at the street below. Her reflection in the glass looks hollow. "I'm always careful." Around her neck hangs a bullet necklace, a single brass casing on a thin silver chain. She touches it absently, the way someone might touch a rosary. It's her trademark. Everyone who knows Taylor knows that necklace. Cassandra watches her girlfriend from the couch, unease coiling in her gut. "Did Ashley say when you'd get the money back?" Taylor doesn't turn around. "Soon." She said soon. But there's something in her voice, a tremor, like she already knows the answer isn't good enough, like she's afraid to push too hard. Cassandra wants to ask more, but Taylor's phone buzzes. She pulls it from her pocket, glances at the screen, and her face hardens. "I have to go out tomorrow," Taylor says. "Ashley wants to meet. Says we should talk in person." Cassandra stands, crossing the room. "Don't go." Taylor looks at her, eyes tired but resolute. "I have to. I need that money back." The apartment feels smaller suddenly, the air heavier. Cassandra wraps her arms around Taylor, holding her close. "Then I'm coming with you." "No," Taylor says firmly. "I need to handle this alone." The next morning, Taylor walks out the door. Cassandra watches from the window as she climbs into her car and drives away. The sun is just rising, casting long shadows across the driveway. Taylor doesn't look back. That's the last time Cassandra sees her alive. Ashley MacArthur stands in the barn at her family's farm, phone pressed to her ear. She's smiling, always smiling. It's her default setting. Charming, disarming. The kind of smile that makes people forget to ask the right questions. "I'll handle it," she says into the phone, her voice light and easy. "Don't worry." She hangs up and slips the phone into her back pocket. Around her, the farm is quiet. Horses graze in the distance. The smell of hay and dirt fills the air. This place has been in her family for decades. Britt Road. Everyone in Pensacola knows it. Ashley walks to the back of the property, past the fence line, to a patch of disturbed earth. She's been working here for days, digging, mixing, covering. Her hands are dirty, nails caked with soil, but she doesn't mind. She knows what she's doing. She used to be a crime scene technician. She knows how evidence works, how it's found, how it's hidden. She crouches down, running her fingers through the freshly turned dirt. Concrete dust clings to her jeans. Potting soil sits in bags nearby, still half full. Cinder blocks are stacked against the barn wall. She bought them 3 days ago. Paid cash, no questions asked. Her phone buzzes again. A text from Zach. "When are you coming home?" She types back quickly. "Soon. Just checking on the horses." It's a lie. But lying comes easy to Ashley. It always has. She learned early that people believe what they want to believe, especially people who love you. She stands, brushing dirt from her hands, and walks back toward the barn. Inside, she pauses at a workbench cluttered with tools, a shovel, a trowel, a bucket filled with murky water. She picks up a rag and wipes her hands clean, methodically, carefully. Her mind is already moving ahead, planning, calculating. 2 weeks ago, a friend had asked her about drugging someone. Ashley had laughed it off, made a joke about it. "Easy," she'd said. "Just slip it in a drink. They won't even know." The friend had laughed too, thought it was just dark humor. But Ashley wasn't joking. Now, standing in the barn, she pulls a small bottle from her pocket. Clear liquid, tasteless, odorless. She holds it up to the light, watching it swirl. Then she slips it back into her jacket. Her phone buzzes again. This time it's a message from Taylor. "Still good for tomorrow?" Ashley's smile widens. She types back. "Absolutely. See you at the farm. We'll ride horses. It'll be nice." She hits send and pockets the phone. Tomorrow, Taylor will come to Britt Road. They'll talk. They'll ride. And then Taylor will disappear. Ashley walks out of the barn, squinting against the afternoon sun. She glances back at the patch of disturbed earth one more time. Everything is ready. She just needs Taylor to show up. And Taylor always shows up. September 8th. Morning light cuts through the trees at Britt Road. Taylor's car pulls up the gravel driveway, tires crunching on loose stones. She parks near the barn and steps out, adjusting her sunglasses. The bullet necklace glints at her throat. Ashley is already waiting, leaning against the fence with her arms crossed. She waves. "Hey, glad you made it." Taylor walks over, hands in her pockets. "Yeah, we need to talk about the money." Ashley's smile doesn't falter. "Of course. But let's ride first, clear our heads, then we'll sit down and sort everything out." Taylor hesitates. Something feels off. But she's tired. Tired of fighting. Tired of worrying. She nods. "Okay, let's ride." They saddle 2 horses and head out into the open fields behind the property. The air is warm, the sky cloudless. For a moment, it almost feels normal, like 2 friends spending a quiet day together. But Taylor's mind is elsewhere. She's thinking about the money, about her daughter, about the custody hearing next week. "So when can I get it back?" Taylor asks, guiding her horse alongside Ashley's. Ashley glances over, her expression unreadable. "Soon. I just need a few more days." "You said that last week." "I know. I'm sorry. Things have been crazy." Taylor's jaw tightens. She doesn't believe her. Not anymore. "Ashley, I need that money. Now." Ashley reins her horse to a stop. Taylor does the same. They sit there, facing each other in the middle of the field. The wind rustles through the grass. Ashley's smile finally fades. "Taylor, I don't have it." The words hang in the air like a gunshot. Taylor stares at her, disbelief flooding her chest. "What do you mean you don't have it?" I spent it. Taylor's breath catches. Her hands tighten on the reins. You spent $34,000 of my money. Ashley shrugs, like it's nothing. Like it doesn't matter. I needed it. I'll pay you back. Eventually. Taylor's voice drops to a whisper. You stole from me. Ashley doesn't respond. She just turns her horse and starts riding back toward the barn. Taylor follows, fury building in her chest. But when they reach the barn, Ashley dismounts and walks inside. Taylor ties up her horse and follows. Inside the barn is dim. Dust floats in the shafts of light coming through the slats. Ashley pulls 2 beers from a cooler and hands one to Taylor. Here, let's talk this through. Taylor takes the beer but doesn't drink. She just holds it, staring at Ashley. There's nothing to talk through. You stole my money. I'm calling the cops. Ashley's face hardens. You're not calling anyone. Taylor sets the beer down on the workbench and pulls out her phone. Ashley moves fast, grabbing her wrist. I said no. They struggle for a moment, and the phone clatters to the ground. Taylor yanks her arm free and takes a step back. Her heart is pounding. She looks at Ashley like she's seeing her for the first time. What's wrong with you? Ashley doesn't answer. She just stares at Taylor, her breathing shallow. Then she reaches into her jacket pocket. Taylor's phone, still on the ground, lights up with a text from Cassandra. Call me when you can. Love you. But Taylor never sees it, because in the next moment, everything goes black. Cassandra stares at her phone. It's been 3 hours since Taylor left. No calls, no texts, just silence. She tries calling again. It goes straight to voicemail. Hey, it's me. Just checking in. Call me back. She sets the phone down, anxiety gnawing at her stomach. Taylor always answers. Always. Even when she's busy, she sends a quick text. But now, nothing. Cassandra paces the apartment, glancing at the clock every few minutes. She tries to convince herself it's fine. Taylor's probably just talking with Ashley, losing track of time. But deep down, she knows something's wrong. Her phone buzzes. A text. Finally. She grabs it, relief flooding her chest. But when she reads the message, the relief vanishes. Need some space. Don't worry, I'm fine. Cassandra reads it again, and again. The words are right, but they don't sound like Taylor. They're too flat, too generic. Taylor doesn't talk like this. She's direct. She's warm. This text feels robotic, cold. Cassandra types back immediately. Where are you? Just tell me you're okay. No response. She waits. 5 minutes. 10. 20. Nothing. Her hands start to shake. She calls Taylor's phone again. Voicemail. She tries 3 more times. Same result. Finally, she grabs her keys and rushes out the door. She drives to Britt Road, her mind racing. The farm is quiet when she arrives. Taylor's car is gone. Ashley's truck is parked near the barn. Cassandra gets out and knocks on the barn door. No answer. She pushes it open and steps inside. Ashley. The barn is empty. Tools scattered on the workbench. A cooler with 2 beers inside. 1 unopened, 1 missing. Cassandra's chest tightens. She walks around looking for any sign of Taylor. But there's nothing. Just dirt and shadows. She pulls out her phone and calls the police. I need to report a missing person. Back at the station, detectives pull up Taylor's phone records. Her phone is still pinging, but it's not moving. The signal is coming from Britt Road, has been for hours. One detective looks at his partner. Why would her phone be at the farm if she left? They pull up Ashley's phone records next. Compare the timelines. Ashley's phone was at the farm all day. So was Taylor's. But Ashley told them Taylor left around 5. If that's true, why is her phone still there? The detective picks up his phone and dials Ashley's number. She answers on the second ring, her voice bright and cheerful. Hello? Ms. MacArthur, this is Detective Harris. We need to ask you a few more questions about Taylor Wright. There's a pause. Then Ashley's voice, still calm. Of course. What do you need to know? You said she left around 5. Is that correct? Yes. She said she needed to clear her head. She drove off. The detective glances at the phone log in front of him. And you didn't see where she went? No, she didn't say. Okay, thank you. He hangs up and looks at his partner. She's lying. The phone never moved. They request a search warrant for Britt Road. A judge signs it within hours. The next morning, officers arrive at the farm with cadaver dogs. Ashley watches from the porch, arms crossed, face blank. The dogs start sniffing near the barn. One of them alerts immediately, barking and scratching at a patch of disturbed earth behind the fence line. Officers move in with shovels. They dig through layers of potting soil, concrete dust, cinder blocks, and then they find it. Skeletal remains, partially decomposed, wrapped in plastic, and around the neck, still clinging to bone, a bullet necklace. The shovels hit something solid beneath the dirt. Officers freeze. The K9 unit's German Shepherd won't stop circling the spot, whining low in its throat. Behind the fence line at the MacArthur family farm, the earth looks freshly turned. Too freshly turned. One of the deputies kneels, brushes away loose soil with gloved hands. Concrete. Someone poured concrete here, out in the middle of nowhere. The team exchanges glances. Nobody speaks. They already know what this means. The jackhammer roars to life. Chunks of concrete crack apart, revealing potting soil underneath. Bags and bags of it, mixed with lime, the kind that accelerates decomposition. One officer gags and steps back. Another keeps digging. Then the bones appear. Small pieces at first, then more, then a skull. The medical examiner moves in, careful, reverent. Lodged near the rib cage is something that glints in the afternoon sun. A necklace. Shaped like a bullet. The same one Taylor Wright wore in every photo her girlfriend showed police. The same one she never took off. Confirmation comes fast. Dental records match. This is Taylor. The farm belongs to Ashley's family. The concrete was purchased on Ashley's credit card 3 days before Taylor vanished. A single shell casing rests near the remains. Detectives bag it. The lead investigator pulls out his phone and dials Zach MacArthur. His voice is steady but grim. They need him to come in. Not because he's a suspect, because his wife's lies just became impossible to ignore. Zach sits across from 2 detectives in a small grey room that smells like burnt coffee and sweat. His hands shake. He keeps saying the same thing over and over. Ashley wouldn't hurt anyone. She's too smart, too careful, too loving. The detectives let him talk. Then they slide a bank statement across the table. Ashley's account. A deposit of $34,000. The exact amount Taylor withdrew before she disappeared. The exact amount she asked Ashley to hold for safekeeping during her divorce. Zach stares at the paper like it's written in a language he doesn't understand. His mouth opens. closes, opens again. But she was helping Taylor, he says. His voice cracks. The second detective leans forward, helping her by stealing her money. Zach shakes his head hard. No, there has to be an explanation. Then they show him the phone records. Taylor's cell never left the farm. Every ping, every tower hit proves it. Ashley said Taylor drove off alone around 5 that evening, but Taylor's phone stayed right there with Ashley for hours. Zach's face goes pale. He grips the edge of the table. Then the detective hits play on a recording. It's Ashley's voice, weeks before Taylor died. She's laughing with someone at a bar, joking about slipping something into a drink, about how easy it would be, about how no one would ever know. The audio stops. Zach doesn't move. For the first time since walking into that room, he doesn't defend her. He just stares at the wall. And his silence says everything. The courtroom is packed when the prosecutor stands and signals to the bailiff. A screen descends from the ceiling. Zach sits 3 rows back, his jaw tight, his hands folded in his lap. He hasn't looked at Ashley since the trial started. But now, he has to. Everyone has to. The interrogation video begins. Ashley sits in the same grey room Zach was in weeks earlier. She's calm, almost bored. The detective asks her to walk through the day Taylor disappeared. Ashley shrugs. We rode horses, hung out. She said she needed space, so I let her leave. The detective nods. What time did she leave? Around 5, Ashley says. Her voice is flat, casual, like she's describing a trip to the grocery store. The detective leans closer. So she drove off at 5? Yes, Ashley repeats. The detective slides a paper across the table. Then explain why her phone never moved from your property. Ashley blinks. Her composure cracks for just a second. She recovers fast. Maybe she left it in my car. I don't know. The detective doesn't blink. Her phone pinged towers near your farm until 9 that night. 4 hours after you say she left. Ashley shifts in her seat. She crosses her arms. I don't know what to tell you. The video cuts to another moment. The detective asks about the $34,000. Ashley's face hardens. Taylor gave it to me to hold. That's it. So why did you deposit it into your personal account? Why did you spend it? Ashley doesn't answer. The prosecutor pauses the video. The entire courtroom is silent. Zach's head drops into his hands. Because now it's undeniable. The jury foreman stands and unfolds a single piece of paper. The room holds its breath. Guilty. First-degree murder. Premeditated. With a firearm. Ashley doesn't flinch. She stares straight ahead like she's watching something far away. Something no one else can see. The judge wastes no time. Life in prison. Minimum 25 years before parole eligibility. The gavel comes down hard. Officers move toward Ashley. She rises slowly, her wrists already cuffed. As they lead her past the gallery, she doesn't look at Zach, doesn't look at Cassandra, doesn't look at anyone. Cassandra sobs into her hands. Taylor's family sits stone-faced, too exhausted for relief. Zach stands and walks out before Ashley clears the courtroom. His footsteps echo in the hallway. He doesn't stop, doesn't turn around. The woman he defended, the woman he believed in, the woman he thought he knew. She's gone. and so is the version of her he loved. Outside, reporters swarm. Zach pushes past them without a word. His truck is parked 2 blocks away. He sits in the driver's seat for 20 minutes, doesn't start the engine, just stares at his hands, the same hands that held hers, the same hands that signed a marriage license, the same hands that wiped away her tears when she swore she was innocent. He finally starts the truck and drives away in silence. The truth crushed him, and there's no coming back from that. Taylor Wright was 36 years old when she died. She survived the police academy, survived a dangerous career, survived a bitter divorce. But she didn't survive the person she trusted most. Cassandra says Taylor always saw the good in people, even when she shouldn't have, even when it cost her everything. Ashley MacArthur knew that, and she used it. Friendship became opportunity. Trust became weapon. Loyalty became grave. Zach MacArthur left the courtroom that day and never spoke publicly about his wife again. Some say he moved out of state. Some say he still can't accept what happened. Some say he replays that interrogation video in his mind every single night, wondering how he missed it, wondering if love made him blind, or if evil is just that good at hiding. The farm on Britt Road still stands. The concrete's been removed, the soil's been sifted, but the weight of what happened there will never leave. Taylor's family visits her grave every year. They bring flowers, they bring stories, they bring the memory of a woman who deserved better. And they ask the same question the rest of us ask. How well do we ever really know the people we love? Would you believe the evidence, or would you believe the person? Could you sit in that courtroom and watch someone you trust crumble under the weight of their own lies? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your story. Because these cases don't just live in courtrooms, they live in the questions we're too afraid to ask. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story, one that'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew. See you soon.